It's about that time of day again. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. Joseph James here. Tuesday evening, May 26, 2015. Hope you guys and gals had a great Memorial Day weekend. Did you have to take some time with the family and friends? Maybe some fireworks, a little bit of barbecuing out on the boat. Boy, what a fantastic Memorial Day weekend we had here. Beautiful weather here in Los Angeles. I can't say a better thing about the weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend as well. We're back, though, here, a shortened week here. Finishing up the last few drops of the month of May. Summertime officially kicked off here in Los Angeles. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Back to the newsletter, though. We got work to do. Before we get into tonight's charts, I do want to remind you, I teach all of this information to our students here at schooloftrade.com. Also, make sure you're watching this video on our trading blog here at Sideways Markets. Sidewaysmarkets.com, our trading blog. There are 3 reasons why you should be watching this video right now on our trading blog. Reason number 1, you can download all the charts I'm going to be using tonight on the video, all the charts you see in tonight's newsletter. You can download them by clicking on that image right below the video on the blog. Second thing here, I got a free pass for you guys. Come out and join me in the live trade room this week as a guest. If you're not a member of School of Trade and you'd like more information about what we're all about, you want to test drive the trade room, I'd love to give you a free pass, upper left-hand corner. And last but not least, we have a nightly newsletter mailing list. All I need is your name and your email address, and I'll shoot you off an email every evening right about 8 p.m. Eastern Time when the nightly newsletter goes live for that evening. All right, so 3 things here. Download today's charts right below the video tonight. Grab your free pass. Come out and join me in the trade room as a guest. And, of course, last but not least here, register for your nightly newsletter mailing list. Make sure you check your inbox, guys. I'm going to send you a verification email to make sure you're not a robot and make sure I've got the right email address. So check that inbox and don't forget your spam folder to find that verification email to join our newsletter. Starting off here with a bang, we've added another market to our nightly newsletter, the S&P 500. The S&P here, you'll see me adding this in. Now we'll be covering the S&P, gold, Euro, and of course, my favorite crude oil futures here every evening on our newsletter. Let's start out here with the S&P 500, the 615 contract. This is the ES is the symbol. The 8JJ bar is my anchor chart. As you can see, we have higher highs, we have higher lows. We're coming off the lows of a bull channel. We're testing key support levels right now. Buyers will be looking for opportunities up to that 15 handle, and sellers need to stay patient and wait for those buyers to fail. Very, very important right now, noticing where we are in the S&P. We definitely see the bull channel. Mark that up. Bull channel, very easy to see there. We see our trading range. That trading range gives us range expansion support. The channel low gives us channel support. We've got trigger support. We might have a little bit push lower to test this 95.50, but right now, buyers, though, you guys are looking for those opportunities up to that area of 19.5 to 15 even, just before you get down to those, right, to that range low. Today was a great example, though, on the S&P, how we pretty much fell out of bed, but really all we did was just get down to these channel lows. Buyers, you guys are up here right now looking for opportunities up to that range low, up there around 15.5. I've got 15 even. And then, of course, going higher here, there should be a red box right here, up at 25 3/4. And then, of course, you got the 32 even area right up top of those highs, though. Bottom line, though, definitely got to be a bull right now on the S&P in the short term. Sellers, if you want to get to selling, your best bet right now is to look for opportunities where the buyers fail. That's going to be your best opportunity here to be a seller right now on the S&P. Let's keep going. Next up here on the S&P, we have a 4, right? Here's my 4, JJ. Another very easy anchor chart to watch here. You can see we have another polar opposite channel going the opposite direction. With this bearish channel here this evening, we can easily see we've got an overshoot of that bear channel low. It's a dead giveaway. When I see an overshoot of that channel low, the first thing it tells me right now is these sellers are fully committed to the downside. They got all their chips all right in the center of the table right now. You're going to see them. They're going to need to get reloaded up near these highs here if they're going to put this thing back together right now. Best bet if you're a buyer right now, and again, you're more apt to be a buyer than a seller right now because of that long-term trend. If you're a bull right now, you're waiting for the sellers to try and fail. And again, bulls, you've got some easy targets waiting for you overhead while we make that overcorrection. Overshoot, overcorrection. Overshoot, overcorrection. So bulls, you got some short-term targets waiting for you up at 9.25, 14 even. Most important thing right now, though, if you're a bull, is use those areas of resistance overhead for targets. Also, if you want to be buying later on in the move, wait for those sellers to fail, and that will give you even more options here to be a bull right now on the S&P. Again, overshoot of that channel low, sellers are all in right now. You definitely got to expect here to see some buying pressure coming in, if not just by default, right, from there being a lack of sell pressure right now. So definitely looking to be a buyer coming off these lows on the S&P. And again, you've got some easy targets waiting for you there overhead. Sellers on the S&P right now, you've got to stay patient. You've really got to stay patient if you're a seller right now. You've got areas of interest overhead, but again, knowing that we have that overshoot, be very, very cautious of selling at these areas until you see it. I would definitely be very careful as a seller selling this 9.25. I'd be very much more interested in being a seller up around the 14 handle to the 18.25 handle. Again, we're expecting that overcorrect, right? So easy money here right now on the buy side. If you're a seller right now, stay patient and wait for those bulls to try and buy that channel high and fail, and we can get this puppy coming right back down. All right, guys? Look to be a bull there on the S&P, right? Short-term buying opportunities, longer-term selling opportunities. How about the gold right now? Gold is oversold, just like the S&P, right? Had a pretty big down day today. Gold is definitely oversold at those channel lows. Buyers have short-term opportunities back up to channel highs, while sellers need to wait patiently before looking for new selling opportunities. So again, very much the same situation we just saw on the S&P. We have a bit of an overshoot of this low. That basically tells me these sellers are completely invested in this. They're all in. All the chips are in the middle here right now. So you're going to see some profit taking. You're going to see, right, you're going to see these bulls come in and bargain hunt right now. So definitely buyers have the short-term opportunities back up to these channel highs, and then sellers will be looking to take this price lower as we come in off that channel high. So make sure if you're a gold trader right now, short-term bulls, long-term bears, and again, with that overshoot of that low, you're definitely expecting this price to want to come off these highs. So sellers, be patient. I realize we're in a bear market right now on this gold, but again, sellers got to stay patient because we're down near those lows. Okay, as we go higher here, wait for those bulls to try and fail. We'll bring it right back down. And of course, you've got targets waiting for you at measured move support, extension support, and of course the 82 down to 75.7, right, for that bearish market on the gold. Be looking to sell short there on the gold here. How about the 8 JJ bar here on the gold, the 8 anchor? Gold, again, this is going to be a little bit more zoomed in view of this chart. Gives you a lot more targets for those buyers right now. Gold is trading at the lows of the channel. We have a short-term trading range. Buyers have short-term opportunities. As this goes higher, sellers got to wait patiently here and sell at resistance levels, right, before we revisit these channel lows. So again, overshoot of that channel low tells me the sellers are all in. They're fully committed. We've got this trading range happening down at the lows here right now. You can see we got range resistance here overhead. We've got range expansion support down below. We got some easy targets waiting for you here. If you're a bull right now, you've got easy target up there at 93.3 to 94.4, and then you've got to be thinking about getting short there, right? Those bears will definitely be coming in at that range expansion. If we don't get it there, we'll look for another shot here up at those channel highs. So bulls, short-term opportunities right now. Bears, stay patient out there. The bears out there are going to want to look to sell at that 93, but again, the best tradable opportunities here on the gold are going to come selling that channel high. Whatever you do, be very careful right here selling these lows. You're going to definitely see some bear traps down there. And then again, we've got a range expansion level at 81.5. 81.1, right? That 81 even area. It's going to be a nice target for you on the sell side. Just be very careful with those bear traps below the 85, right? You don't want to be selling this range low right now. If we do push lower, sell it on a retracement. Just be very careful selling that range low right now. All right, so we got S&P out of the way. We get the bears out of the way here, or should I say the gold out of the way. We got the long-term downtrend, short-term uptrend, short-term buying opportunities, long-term selling opportunities. We'll be trading this market tomorrow morning in a live trade room. Come in and see us here for those real-time updates. How about the euro right now? How's the euro looking? Again, you can download all these charts and have them on your computer for tomorrow. Euro, another market here pushing lower. Now, euro is also bearish this evening. We have a bear channel in the long term and a short-term spike-in channel. So basically, the spike-in channel tells us that we have continued opportunities to trade inside that channel. Spike-in channel is a very interesting clue we're seeing right now in the euro. The spike-in channel tells us if we stay inside that channel, we definitely have the opportunity to keep selling short inside that channel. And we haven't tested the low of the channel yet, the major channel low, and we haven't tested the measured move support. So we definitely have potential here with this measured move support area down bottom here at 0806. We definitely have more downside potential here. So you want to stay patient if you're a buyer. One thing we know about being in a spike-in channel is that they almost always produce really dramatic corrections. So, and usually they're going to come all the way back to where the channel began, or possibly all the way back to where the spike began, right? So the spike sends us lower, then we have the channel lower here. That spike in channel, as you can see, we haven't broken it yet. So we're definitely inside that spike in channel. We may end up grinding lower here inside that very narrow channel there until we get to that measured move support at 0806. Then, buyers, you guys have your shot here. Remember, spike in channels are very nice to trade when you go with the trend, but when they break that channel, you're usually going to see a very dramatic correction because, again, the sellers are fully committed at this time. So unless we have other time frame traders get involved, it's going to snap right back here because there'll be profit taking, because other opposite side traders know about this stuff with a spike in channel. So again, I would say right now we definitely have on the euro, we definitely have additional opportunities here on the euro to go lower. Just watch that spike in channel, and when it breaks down, that's when the buyers, you guys are going to have a great opportunity once this most recent channel, right, once the spike in channel breaks. Oftentimes, when the spike in channel breaks, it's going to return all the way back to, again, where the channel began and where the spike began. It's a dramatic correction because the sellers have all their chips in the center of the table right now. Again, don't be surprised, though, if it goes lower here before we get it to go higher. This may be one of the easiest markets here to trade for tomorrow because if that channel breaks, again, you usually see that dramatic correction. Pretty bearish in the Eurozone right now, so I definitely wouldn't be surprised at all to see this thing continue to grind lower, give us an overshoot of that channel low, test that measured move support, and then snap back here, possibly come time for the U.S. session to open up tomorrow morning. All right, so be aware of that on the euro. That's some really nice clues we're seeing right now on the euro. Last but not least here, on the crude here. Yeah. Another one of those bear markets. They're pretty much all bearish here right now. S&P is still bullish in the long term, but we got that downward move today. We talked about that one earlier. So crude oil, bearish coming off the lows of today's session. Sellers want to wait to get short at resistance overhead. And of course, those buyers have a very small window to get long here before we run back up to those channel highs. What I see right now is on the crude oil, I see we have a long-term bear channel here forming. I see that we have some easy resistance areas overhead that I would love to be getting short at here. Definitely want to be selling short here on crude. Buyers, you guys have a little bit more room here. You get a little bit more space here before you're going to start worrying about it. At the same time, though, don't be surprised if we continue to finish this move off here before we go higher. 57.17 is going to be that measured move support here. So measured move support puts us at 57.17. We still haven't tagged that measured move support. So there is a likelihood now that we may just roll over here at this midline, make that test of 57.17, and then make the move off those lows. That's why I say it's tough to be a bull right now out there on this market because you're going against the grain here. So sellers, you're waiting for retracements either down to that measured move, or the easy money on this is going to be if we find ourselves back tomorrow morning being able to sell the highs of this bear channel, right? That will really be where you want to look for the easy money here. You can definitely load up selling these resistance areas up near these highs, right? If we can get the buyers to push this thing back to these highs. So sellers, be looking for the opportunities to sell short at channel highs. If it just rolls over here and goes lower, you know where it's going. It's going down to that 57.17. Just be very careful selling at the lows right now. Be very careful selling at the lows right now. You just never want to make it a habit of selling the lows. This is no different right now. And then last but not least here, wrapping up here, guys, on our 8 anchor chart here on crude. Again, no surprise here, right? There's no surprise here. And the reason why I wanted to add this chart in tonight was because the sellers will be looking for opportunities at resistance. We got this a little bit different look to this bear channel. On this channel, it doesn't look so bad, right? You see you kind of line up those lows. Now we have what we call an untested channel high. So this is definitely where those sellers need to be looking for additional selling opportunities here if we can make it back up to these highs. Now also don't forget too, bulls, you get a real short-term opportunity here right now to be buying. But if you're a bull right now, careful, careful, careful. Do not buy into those channel highs right now. So right now, the best opportunities are if we go higher, sellers, stay patient. Buyers, that's your shot. Where then if we go higher, we're looking to sell those highs. If we go lower, you're selling those rips right back on down. You got targets waiting for you right below. And again, I go back to the previous chart. If this thing just rolls right over, you've definitely got that measured move support waiting for you at 57.17. All right, guys? Pretty good plan here for tomorrow. Dusting off the cobwebs after Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend out there. I know I definitely did. It was definitely too short. It always is. We're back to business though. So bearish here on the crude. Again, short-term buying opportunities, long-term selling opportunities here on the crude. On the euro, we have your spike in channel. That's the secret sauce here right now for tomorrow. That's the key for tomorrow, that spike in channel. If we break that spike in channel, be ready for a strong correction. Buyers, that's your cue if we break that spike in channel. If I had to guess right now, though, I would say we probably finish the move off here down to 08.6 and then get that snap back. So watch that spike in channel for tomorrow. On the gold, very similar on the gold right now. Again, you can download all these charts below the video tonight. On the gold right now, we've got that trading range. Whatever you do, do not sell these lows on the gold for tomorrow with those bear traps just waiting to take your money. We'll wait for, again, if you want to be a seller, wait for price to get up into these resistance areas overhead, and that's where you're going to get the easy money out of the market. If you're a bull, you get a great opportunity here, very short-term opportunity, though, to buy it up to that 93, and then, of course, you'll have to stop buying here when you run into those areas of resistance. If we just roll over here right now, if we just happen to roll over, you're definitely playing with fire on gold right now. If it just rolls over, you're playing with fire because you're right down at that channel low. So really, it's difficult for me to be a seller right now on gold. I really want to look for short-term buying opportunities and long-term selling opportunities. And then, of course, wrapping it up here with our newest edition, still trying to get the feeling and the flow of this S&P here on the newsletter, but you know me, I'll get my act together here once we get this thing going here this week. Definitely concerned about selling right now on this S&P because, again, long-term trend is still very bullish, and we got that overshoot of the channel lows on the S&P. It just screams at us. The sellers are fully committed right now. They get a little bit drunk on their Kool-Aid here today with this big sell-off, and you would expect there to be some bargain hunters. Definitely going to have buying opportunities here on the crude. And again, if it happens to just roll over and play dead, very, very difficult here to sell just because we know we have that overshoot at those lows here for tomorrow. So I would say err on the side of caution, being a bull right now on the S&P 500 coming off of that channel low. Okay, so bulls on the S&P, bears on euro, bears on gold, bears on crude. I think we got it all. Download those charts below the video. Send me your feedback to JJ at School of Trade or post a comment below the video. And thanks for being here, by the way. You know, we've been doing this for a long time here at School of Trade. I know you guys are alone right now at your computer, but you're never alone in your trading career. Please don't forget, we have the best free trial in the business here at School of Trade. We get a great free trial. You're going to learn more with me in 1 week on my free trial than you will anywhere else on the interwebs. We offer 3 levels of membership: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And guys and gals, I've always got someone standing by 24/7 to give you guys a hand with anything you need in your trading career. That's right, trading career. We specialize in helping new traders launch a career as a professional trader. We're not gamblers. We treat it like a business. And just like any other business, we follow all the laws, supply and demand, and good business practices. Guys, my name is Joseph James. Thank you so much for being here. Great to have you back here once again. We've only got 2 more this week, Monday through Thursday evening. It's already Tuesday. Oh, one more thing too. No inventories on the schedule for tomorrow on crude oil. No inventories tomorrow on crude oil. No major news either, but no inventories tomorrow on crude oil. It's pushed back till Thursday. We'll talk about that in tomorrow night's newsletter. I'm out of here for now. Adios, amigos. Bye for now.